Yo, yo, yo. So today we're diving into priorities. This is something I get asked quite a fair bit, and even as of today. And so I thought it'd be topical to dive into this conversation around where you should focus on when you're looking at building out anything. I'm talking about development here, but essentially anything in your organization, right? And so when we talk about priorities and what you should focus on in development, when you're developing new products and new features or even new services, the hardest part is knowing what to prioritize and when, what's going to be the quickest ROI in your organization. And it's super easy. And I've even come to this recently with a few clients. Super easy to get overwhelmed by all the ideas, all the features, and even all the feedback that you get. And where do you start from an implementation point of view? So I thought I'd put together a quick guide to dive into it. So my honest thought is you always focus on the customer. If you are building a product or a service to deliver to a customer, then focus on the customer needs. And sometimes they don't know what they need, so you got to kind of make it up as you go. But essentially, focus on the problem that you're solving that will solve a problem for that organization or for that customer, and what's the biggest impact on their experience with using this product or service. So if you can really focus or dial in on the customer needs first, I think it will be a massive win. The second thing is around the momentum. You want to really get a quick win off the ground. You want to see some quick wins, like within typically a 1 to 3 month period, and some visible, viable results. Because this builds confidence, not just your own team and internal and key stakeholders, but also customers as well. Once you understand both the customer need and you're getting some quick wins off the ground, then you can start focusing on scalability. And this is where you can really dive into the systems and processes and what will help your product or service scale over time. This is probably the most boring part of it, which is the operational part. People love to sit in this shiny toy scenario, but essentially this scalability infrastructure foundation process that you have to go through is crucial for long-term growth. Then we dive into the cost versus value, right? And so it's always this ROI conversation around, what do we want to prioritize? What's a quick win? What's long-term opportunity? And where will we get the best bang for buck? And so you've got to weigh this into your development framework and time frame on when you're going to dive into these different aspects of what you want to work on, right? Because at the end of the day, if you go and spend 100 grand building this idea, but the return's not for 5 years, or you go and spend 10 grand in this other area and you get the return within 3 months. Like you just got to weigh up, where does this ROI look like from a cost versus value perspective, both internally and externally with your customers. The one thing that is missing the most is that key feedback and the feedback loop scenario. So this is like as you're developing your MVP, whether it's for a simple product, a concept within your own organization, or else, you need to get that feedback loop in very early stage. And you want to get your customers or whoever this potential product is for or service is for to give you feedback immediately, like within weeks, if not months. So you can keep iterative and change and updating as you go, because otherwise you could spend 6 months, 12 months building something and not get that feedback and then not be able to deliver the outcome that you essentially started out to do in the first place. So this is all around priorities. Where should you put your time and effort? Where should you focus? And is there a clear path forward to stay along that journey and aligned with your overall goal without getting distracted along the path? So are you in the process of developing anything right now, coming on a new product or service? What stage are you along, and what does your focus look like in that development phase? All right, guys, cheers.